And New York spends more money on education than any other state in the country. And look at the mess we still have. There are lots of negative things to say about the enormous weight of testing in our system today. But here's the worst. Everyone teaches to the test. What used to be the most unethical practice in teaching, something so bad it could mean dismissal, has now become the absolute norm. High-priced assistant superintendents of schools throughout our city, state, and country spend their time writing curricula to meet the demands of testing. Learning? No. Testing. Because of who you are in this audience this evening, I can sum up my feelings with this story. A graduate student in language arts from a fine local university goes job hunting. There is an opening in a very prestigious school system. She goes through several interviews, but it is the second of these that makes my point. The assistant principal tells her that the school is very anxious to maintain its very high test score rating, and so they have prepared lesson plans for her. If she gets the job, she need not do anything at all about designing her own lesson plans or concentrating on her specialties or her feelings. Just follow the lesson plan as prepared page by page. In her first interview, another assistant principal told her she might consider coming into the system as a substitute teacher. She might have to teach other subjects and in fact teach off of her certificate, but it's a good way to get started. And by the way, they can pay her a lot less, though he didn't say that. So she doesn't have a job yet, but if she's smart, she already sees her future in teaching. But the truth is, she's too young and inexperienced to have that vision. Will she make it, or will she give up with all those other teachers who quit before 5 years are up? Yes, we care about test marks in English and math, but is anybody teaching science, language, history, the arts? Well, maybe, but you wouldn't know it. There's so much more to say about education in New York today. How are we teaching our very youngest in early childhood? Do their teachers have degrees in early childhood or elementary school certificates? This is a big and important difference. How are we teaching our learning disabled? Those kids with a stunning variety of learning needs, with all the skills that exist, or with just the need to fulfill obligations under the Disabilities Act? Are we bringing the latest and most extraordinary advances in technology to teaching our young and eager kids so comfortable with technology? Not even close. And are charter schools the models for public education they were supposed to be? What lessons are we learning from the successful ones? All of these topics demand a speech of their own, and I will make each one in the months ahead. But for now, let me share with you something startling that I read 10 years ago. The much respected and quoted president of Columbia Teachers College, Arthur Levine, who is a member of the NCATE Report's Blue Ribbon panel, told the New York Times that the concerned public must remember that the smashing of the glass ceiling in law schools and medical schools and business schools gave women, for whom teaching was up until then the most obvious choice of a profession, a very different opportunity to succeed in life. Different status in a nation which says, if you can't do, teach. Different money, very different money. Different ladders to climb, and so different challenges. And work that clearly never makes the daily demands that teachers have every moment of every school day. And so he said, we don't see that level of person anymore in our college or in our schools of education. I think that says it all. Make teaching what it can be for young people who seem only interested in making money, but who I believe even more want to make a difference. What we are talking about here is true reform that will take an enormous effort involving schools of education, all our public schools and parents' associations and parents and departments of education. An enormous effort beginning with well-trained teachers who never stop learning to be better and who work in an environment which brings them joy as it brings children learning. I have not purchased the Brooklyn Bridge, and I am not selling it to you. What I have purchased is a real approach to what we all want our schools to be. Give us the right base, and we can be as diverse as we'd like. Do our teachers deserve less? Do our children? I don't think so. Thank you very much.